So, this is going to be an unboxing and also a bit of footage from this gameplay for this vintage PS1 game that I got. Let's go ahead and open it up. It has my information on the front, so I'm not going to show that. This is something I didn't even know they made for this game. I'm glad that I got it for the price that I did. So I'm going to show you guys what the game is. Are you ready for what the game is? Okay. Boom! Batman and Robin from 1996. Now, a lot of people, that movie sucked. Me, as being 31 years old, and for some of my viewers who might be a bit younger, and for those that are older, let me call out some bullshit, because this is for the younger generation. I know some of you, who may hear some people who are older like me say, "Oh man, Batman and Robin movie from the what was it? 69? Yeah, that movie was trash." Well, let me tell you guys something for the younger audience. You can't believe a lot of those old heads that say that shit. Especially my age. Because when this movie came out, people who were my age back then, younger, we loved it. The couple older audiences who were a little bit older than us at the time, they liked it too. They liked it. So regardless of what you hear, they liked it, because if they didn't like it, they wouldn't have been buying the fruit snacks. I used to buy the fruit snacks. The action figures back then, the big Batmobiles that came out with it back then, the posters, the t-shirts. Trust me when I say, I guess in today's younger generation terms, it was all cap, right? They were capping. They loved this movie. Now, when it comes to Batman video game movies, the first one was Batman 1989, Michael Keaton. That came out for the Sega, which I have. Followed up by Batman Returns for the Sega, which I also have. Batman Forever, I got that for the Sega, which I also have. All physical copies, by the way. Then you had Batman and Robin Adventures from the animated series. And this was Batman a little bit during a little bit of his older look. So was Batman, the animated series video game. Then they had Batman Return of the Joker video game that's supposed to be the direct prequel. No, sequel. My bad, not prequel, but sequel to the Batman 1989 movie. Then, when the Batman and Robin movie came out, I never knew they made a game for it, so I never knew. I got it for a very decent price. I know followed up by that you had Batman Beyond Return of the Joker video game, which I do have on PS1, but it originally came out for the Nintendo 64. During the PS2 days, you had Batman A Vengeance, which I have for the PS2. That's based off Batman animated series Adventures. Then you had another Batman game that was based off the animated series for the PS2, but I forget what it was called. Then you had Batman Begins, which I did play that, but I didn't care for that one. And then, as most of you guys know now, you have the Arkham series from Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight, and now Gotham Knights. But movie-wise, there's about, let's see, about 6 of them. I never played this before, but we're going to look at this. So you got George Clooney as Batman. You got the front cover work right there. You got, and I wish this sticker right here in the back was not on here, but you got the back cover art right there and stuff. And if you guys look right there, this game is introducing where we get to play in the Batmobile. So Arkham Knight wasn't the first game to introduce that. This game was. So that's really cool. Let's take a look at the booklet. Okay. So, just tells you about the controls for the most part. You got some of your pictures on your menu screens and stuff. Oh, wait. Oh, it seems we get to do much more in this game. I think we get to play as Batgirl too. Test out the different bat stuff. Wow. Okay. So I'm really looking forward to this game. I tell you guys what. Rather than introducing game footage for this video right here, we're gonna have to do a special separate video for this game. For like a separate video for like see how long we can go in the game, because this is cool right here. This is really amazing. Gotham City, holy shit! This for guys got to remember, from what I'm seeing in these booklets and for it being introduced in a ps1 disc like this, it's not very seldom. Like the engines back then, the technology that was available for this to happen, like this was considered advanced, but enabled to fit so much into something like this, it was unheard of. And especially to get to play in a city in Gotham as Batman, it just wasn't happening until this game came out. Here's the disc. This looks so much like the soundtrack and like the movie disc when it first came out. Holy shit. Mint condition too in the back. Boy. And for some of you younger viewers, right? I don't know how many of you guys know what a Walkman is. Like a CD player. Well, for the younger audience, that don't know this, and I'm pretty sure the older audience don't. If you get yourself a PS1 CD, a PS1 game disc, right? Get you a CD player. You can put the game disc. It has to be a PS1 disc. PS1 disc is the only one that does it, as far as I know. I don't think Dreamcast does it, or any of the well, I know Sega CDs do it, but Sega CDs didn't quite make the hype for a reason. But if you got to get yourself a PS1 disc, or even a Dreamcast disc, or Sega, CD, but mainly PS1, get yourself a CD player, put it in the CD player, and it can play music from the game in there. I got a whole video on that on my entertainment channel, and I may have to do that for you guys. Here in the back cover art, this game right here was my childhood. X-Men Children of the Atom. Bruh, I had some good games that I used to play a lot that got totally, part of my language here, everybody, but I'm pretty sure we all heard these words before, fucking wrecked. Let me tell you something. Some of the 2 games that I played the most especially living in the place I live right now, right? When it comes to like the PlayStation 1 games, and I used to play it on the PS2, it used to be Dexter's Laboratory and X-Men's Children of the Atom. Now, I was somewhat young, so I really wasn't allowed to go down to the basement like that. And I had this I didn't know about this box. I had a couple of games and a binder in there with stickers that would have been worth money these days. Like 90s like that's a whole story on its own, but I had 2 games in there. I didn't know they were in the box to begin with, to be honest. They got wrecked because somebody got the bright idea, we need to take out the pipes, right, to clean them out. Because this house wasn't taken care of when we got it. And they didn't bother to move anything in their surrounding area. When you take pipes down, you want to make sure you have your area cleared out, because the stuff that comes out of those pipes can permanently destroy shit. Okay? My box was targeted, and I felt like it was targeted on purposely. And those games got destroyed. I would like to get X-Men Children of the Atom again, but the problem is, man, it's the asking price on eBay. Because nobody thought that simple arcade fighting game would be worth money. You know how much that game goes for online? $2K. And if they're not selling it for $2K, with the, like, here's the thing, goes for $3K with packaging. In other words, with it sealed and its case from the Japan case or the American Western case with the CD in it, or it goes for like the $500 range, right, to like the $1,000 range with just the case in good condition, or even the CD in it along with the booklet art. From there, it can go with just almost, some people are asking $2K just for the case alone, and then you have people asking for like the $200 range just for the CD by itself. As much as I love that game, I'm not finna spend that type of money. But eventually I would like to get that extra money just for the disc. I can care less about the cover art and the case. But as long as that disc is in mint condition and it works, I'm happy with that. But I'm not finna pay somebody, you know what I'm saying, $100 something. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not finna pay somebody $5K, $3K. I'm not gonna do it. Not for a game. But it's crazy because, like, the younger generation, when you guys get my age and a little bit older, you're going to look back at some of the games that you used to play at a young age that you may not have anymore, and then one day be like, holy shit, like this game is going up in price, man. It is worth money, and it could be a game that you never thought of. And again, you know, somebody's like, you should try getting the $200 one, man. And I thought about it because that is a game I would really like to share with you all on here. But at the same time, you got to ask yourself a question. Is it worth that price? Is it worth that price? Because I got the game for free back in the day. And this is what makes it rather hard for me to replace it. This is where we get into a bit of story time with this video. Back when I was younger, you know, they didn't have like game cons and things that were being presented like you do now at E3. You know, we didn't have that. Now, you had a bit of early starts with E3, but it wasn't popular like that, like it is now. So what they used to do, they used to release PS1 games on a demo disc. And it used to play about 30 minutes to 20 minutes of a demo game on the PS1 discs. And I had 2 of them. And these were games that weren't even out yet, by the way. But they were going to. And by the time they came out, whatever game that you enjoyed from that demo disc, you would be able to buy the full game when it came out. Some of the games that I remember playing early, at the most, was Rugrats, Solid Gear, Metal Snake, and a snowboarding game. And I went out and bought the full version of the snowboarding game and, Rugrats. Because I had the demo disc, right? Along with those CDs, I ended up getting X-Men, Children of the Atom. And I got them from my next door neighbor, who is now been deceased for a couple of years due to a heart attack. So, growing up from the 90s until now, you can see why that disc is hard for me to replace, because you got to think about, like, you thinking somebody who gave you something may be around forever, and they're not going to be around forever, because you may not have what they gave you anymore, because you have lost it, you have misplaced it, or it got wrecked, and you're thinking to yourself, man, you know what, I can try to replace that, but you're not going to replace it anytime soon until it's too late, because when that person passes away, you're like, man, I just can't replace, what they gave me, because of that sentimental value and the memories that came with that. You can't replace that stuff. So, as much as I would like to definitely get X-Men Children of the Atom, and eventually I will, but I know I can't replace the memories that went along with that, because of my friend, who did pass away quite, a couple of years ago due to a heart attack. So, sometimes collecting and trying to replace something ain't always going to be the easiest thing. And I talked about this a couple times before on this channel. I got, I had a couple of PlayStation 1s. I had 3 of them. 2 of them I can't replace, because one came from my uncle, one came from my best friend. My uncle passed away last year, and it would have been a full year starting, I think, in the next couple of days when he would have passed. The other ps1 came from a best friend of mine who got shot, and and one bullet really messed up his life. Like, he's in a home now for like till the day he dies because of that bullet. That's how much it messed him up. The thing I still got my Sega, my original Sega, and Sega games that my uncle gave me. That I still have. I know one thing that I did have was some bootleg PS1 controllers that my brother-in-law gave me. I don't have those controllers no more, man. He's still around, he's still alive, but, I can't replace those controllers because of that sentimental value and those memories with them, because my brother-in-law, he's such a good guy, and I don't get to see him like that. We don't really get to visit like that, but when we do, it's really great, So, collecting and trying to replace stuff, man, ain't always the easiest things. And again, for the younger audience that see this, when you get older, you're going to understand when you get older what I mean by that. But not to drag this out too long, but you guys will be seeing a separate video of gameplay with this. It's going to be my first time as well playing this game, and I can't wait.